Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. It's your boy here, and this is a game I feel like not a lot of people know. A lot of people slept on this, and I find it very interesting. We'll do the tutorial. That way I can refamiliarize myself with it because I haven't played this game in years, but I've been thinking about it a lot. So I figured I'd share it with y'all. Um, but you'll kind of get an idea of what it is as we go along. Hello, manager. Welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. Starting today, you are responsible for managing the abnormalities we have and ensuring that we meet the daily energy quota. You can move the camera with WASD. You can also press and hold the secondary mouse button and drag the mouse. You could zoom in and out with the mouse wheel or those two keys it showed. Let's try a simple maneuver. When you hover your mouse over an agent, some information about them will be shown in the top right corner. Please try selecting an agent by pressing the primary mouse button, LMB. Well done. The information displayed in the panel on the right is related to the selected agent. Some of this information is vital, such as their statistics and EGO equipment. Please view the section in the manager's manual titled The Agents for more details about what this information means. The bar at the top left of the screen displays the amount of energy you need to collect to end the day. The top right corner lists what missions you're able to attempt today. Our company produces energy when a product called positive encapsulin, PE, a green box, is released by an abnormality. An abnormality generates PE boxes while it is being worked on. Please click on containment unit or on the containment unit holding an abnormality with a primary mouse button. Since you have yet to unlock any information about this abnormality, you have no way of knowing how it will respond to the 4 different work types. In order to learn this information, an agent will need to perform a work with it. For now, please select the first work type available, instinct work. Okay? Instinct work satiates an abnormality's physiological needs and desires. When an agent conducts instinct work, their fortitude will increase at the end of the day, raising their health points. Now please click on the agent. Each work you can request your agents to perform with an abnormality will have different... oh wow, I forgot to read that. If your employee is not mentally ready, abnormalities may appear more frightening and disturbing to them. As such, they may receive fear damage when encountering abnormalities, which will lower their sanity points. Employees of a lower grade will take more fear damage from encounters with abnormalities of higher risk levels. If your employee, oh well, that was way too fast. You could pause it to find out what that said. Abnormalities release encapsulin when agents work with them, and we collect this into what we call E-boxes. Depending on how the agent performs during the work process, the abnormality will either respond positively or negatively. When it reacts positively, it will release positive encapsulin, which produces a green PE box. However, if the abnormality reacts negatively, it will release negative encapsulin instead and damage the agent. Please keep in mind that when an agent's HP or SP drops completely, the work process will be forcefully terminated. An abnormality's mood might change depending on the outcome of the work done with it. This outcome can be predicted based on the amount of PE boxes we obtained during the work process. An abnormality typically has 3 states of response: good, neutral, and bad. Depending on the outcome, it may use a special ability or attempt to escape. When the work process is completed, the PE boxes are collected. In addition to PE boxes that count toward the daily energy quota, each abnormality also produces a set of PE boxes unique to them. These PE boxes are stored and shown in the abnormality's unique PE box counter. These can be used to unlock more of an abnormality's information or to extract EGO equipment. After work has been completed with an abnormality, you cannot send another agent to work with it for a short period of time. Until you can work with it again, you can send your agents to work with other abnormalities or let them heal up in the main room. However, whenever the department regenerator gauge fills completely, employees in the main room will be healed. This will restore both their health and sanity. Ah, green, yay. Let's try ordering an agent to work with a new method. First, click on the agent with a primary mouse button. Now we use the secondary mouse button to click on the containment unit. Please be aware you can accidentally deselect the agent during this process. We still don't know much about this abnormality, so please order the agent to perform insight work with it. Insight work is a work to improve living conditions, ensuring containment units are in optimal condition. When an agent performs insight work, their prudence will increase at the end of the day, raising their sanity points. Cool, cool. You seem to have collected a sufficient number of this abnormality's PE boxes. It's time to learn about observation. Please press the nameplate displayed at the top of the containment unit. At the moment, it displays the subject number instead of the name. After unlocking the abnormality's basic information, the name will be displayed instead. This displays the current information we have on the abnormality. As you can see, we still have very little knowledge about it, as most of it's locked away. You'll need to spend some of the unique PE boxes we collected from the abnormality to gain specific information. Please try to unlock the basic information about the abnormality now. Details and tips concerning the management of the abnormality are displayed here. If there is something that the abnormality dislikes, it can result in a decrease of its Q counter and cause problems with the rest of our energy production. Please be sure you unlock and read the abnormality encyclopedias thoroughly. Now try to unlock this information. How the abnormality reacts to the different work types is displayed here. The greater the preference for a certain work type, the more successful the work process will be. The number on the left indicates the virtue level an agent needs to perform that level of work. Please unlock this, all this information now. Continuing on, this area shows a maximum Q counter of the abnormality. It will also inform you on whether an abnormality is capable of escaping, as well as its damage resistances when it does. Knowing what an abnormality is weak to will be crucial in handling any escape situations. Try to unlock this information now. Endured, weak, normal, okay. You have now maximized the observation level of this abnormality. When you fully unlock a section of the encyclopedia, the observation level of the anomaly will increase. This will provide additional benefits when working with the abnormality, such as increased work speed or success rate. Once the observation level reaches a certain point, the extraction and production of ego equipment from the abnormality will become available at the cost of its unique PE boxes. Ego weapons are powerful tools that can help with the apprehension of anomalies. Please extract one now. Ego suits offer increased resistance to certain types of damage. Inversely, some forms of damage may cause greater wounds depending on what ego suit is in use. Please extract one now. Well done, manager. Here you can view what ego gift the abnormality may present to an agent. If this information is unlocked, each time an agent finishes the work process with the abnormality, they will have the possibility of receiving the ego gift displayed here. Please note that the chances of this occurring tend to be rather slim. Oh, nice. Lastly, let us take a look at the abnormality's observation records. Please click on the text Abnormality Story. In this section of the encyclopedia, you can read through the observation records of the abnormality. New lines will be added as your observation level increases. Now then, it seems we've reviewed everything. Please exit the window by clicking on Close. Abnormality in the shape of a training dummy used to train up incoming managers. Rumor has it this abnormality was chosen to be used for training as it is the most docile and tame of any that we have extracted. It's called a training dummy, Rabbit. But it doesn't seem to enjoy carrots. It likes people. If it escapes, it is merely following the employee as they leave its containment unit. Nice. Now that you have unlocked the basic information, some of it is displayed at the top of the containment unit. Furthermore, as we have unlocked the list of its favored works, we now know that the abnormality prefers attachment work. Let's try out ordering an agent to perform attachment work with it. Please click on the abnormality's containment unit. Additional, okay, attachment. Yeah. There's one last thing I should warn you about. Each time an agent enters a containment unit to work with an abnormality, the Q meltdown gauge will fill by 1 tick. When the gauge fills completely, a Q meltdown will occur throughout the facility. The number on the right part of the gauge indicates the number of containment units that will be affected. Affected containment units will receive a meltdown alarm, and you will have an alert around them. When a Q meltdown occurs, the containment unit will have a timer displayed alongside the alarm on top. This timer will slowly drop until it reaches 0. However, if the abnormality was already being worked with at the moment of the Q the meltdown can be resolved by performing works with the abnormalities whose containment units are affected. If the meltdown is not dismissed within the time limit, a portion of energy that we have collected will be lost, and the Q counter of the containment unit will immediately drop to 0. Please try to prevent this from happening. You can find more detailed information about this in the work count penalties section of the manager's manual. Each time a Q will be created, there's also the possibility that ordeals manifest instead of a meltdown. If you wish to know what ordeals are, please consult the manager's manual. Day 1 workday, yay! I believe we have covered almost everything you need to know about to begin managing abnormalities. If you have any desire to read more about it, I would highly recommend, please look it up in the manual. The manual can be consulted at any time during management by pressing the F1 key. Now then, shall we finish the workday? All you need to do is press the button at the top. After completing the workday, any agent who has performed work will have their status values increased according to the work types they performed. After these values pass a certain point, their corresponding virtue level will increase. The agent's level can also increase if their virtues are high enough. Those who achieve this will be promoted, shown in the list below. Ah, cool. You will also receive LOB as a reward for your hard work in accordance with your management ranking. You can ensure a high rank by keeping more of your agents alive at the end of the day. The higher your ranking, the more LOB you will receive. However, if there is any abnormality loose when you choose to complete the workday, you will lose some of your LOB you would have otherwise earned. You can view which missions you managed to successfully complete throughout the day here. Anytime you clear a mission, you'll be able to conduct research in the department it came from at the start of the next day. Once management has been finished, you can elect to advance to the next day or retry the current day. Dead agents and lost ego equipment will be recovered if you decide to retry. However, you will also lose any abnormality observations, PE boxes, extracted ego equipment, and promotions earned if you begin the day anew. Finally, please click on the button to skip to the next day. From there, I will instruct you on deployment. Yes. Yes. Face the fear, make the future. When a mission is successfully completed, you'll be able to conduct a research project. The proposals for a department's various research projects are displayed at the start of each day during deployment. To select a research project, click and drag it to the open slot at the lower right, then click Proceed to confirm your choice. Do so with the example proposal. Activate assembly summons, go visualization, damage normalization that will be activated temporarily for the duration of the manager's education. These functions will be properly activated once the requisite research is completed. Okay. Confirm. Do you recall how you were rewarded LOB for your skill during management? You can see the total amount of LOB you have garnered here. For this part of my instruction, I'll show you how to spend some of your LOB to hire new agents and how to deploy them. Hire new agents. Press the hire button. Here you can view the information and appearance of your soon-to-be new hire. You can adjust their virtues by clicking on the arrows next to each one. If, for example, you desire to hire an agent with more HP, you can increase their fortitude. Let's try that now. As you increase the virtue levels of an agent before hiring them, the amount of LOB required will increase as well. The higher the value, the more LOB they will cost. You may need to consider thoroughly how much LOB you are willing to spend on just one agent, as well as how much you will have afterwards before finalizing your decision. Once you have finished adjusting your new agent to how you want them to be, you can then press the hire button to finalize the procedure. Do so now. The agent you are customizing has been hired. How about we take a look at their information again? Please click on the agent. Like we just viewed their information during management, the information about your agents will be displayed here just the same. If you think your agent could utilize some strengthening in one of their virtues, you can do so by fortifying them. Please click the Strengthen Employee button. Exactly as we adjusted virtues during hiring, you can adjust them here by pressing the arrows next to each one. Please remember that as stated prior, it will cost additional LOB to do so. Augment Prudence by 1 level. Confirm. Seems your new employee is ready to be deployed. Let's do so by clicking and dragging the agent with a primary mouse button to the control team. Well done. Now to give them some equipment. If you recall, we extracted some ego equipment from the abnormality yesterday. We can give that to our employees. Ego list. Currently displayed is a list of available ego weapons and their information. Click on one of your agents' lists on the list to the right to see. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at the list of available ego suits. Click on the ego suit tab. Assign the ego suit to one of your agents by clicking on the empty slot. Okay. Other employees with both ego. Okay. Excellent work. We should head back to deployment. Okay. There's a mission awaiting for you today. It's not necessary to clear every mission you have immediately, but it is recommended to handle them as soon so that you'll be able to conduct research the following day. If you have any further questions involving the management process or deployment, you can always review the manual by clicking this button on top. The manual can also be opened at any time by pressing F1. I will briefly explain to you how to deal with emergency situations that may arise while you're managing abnormalities. When you're ready, begin the next day. Yes. It's really nice and short tutorials. I like it. Very simple. Allow me to explain how a manager should deal with emergency situations. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. So now you must be wondering what happens when the Q counter drops to 0, no? Shall we find out? Please select the containment unit in order an agent to perform repression work. Okay. Let's send in Firenze, because they look very smug. Has escaped. What are your orders? When an abnormality's Q counter reaches 0, they will either escape or use a special ability. Such things can lead to rather inconvenient situations. This particular abnormality happens to escape. Our agents cannot work with it while it is escaping, so we need to suppress it. Please click on the escaped abnormality. Abnormalities can inflict 4 different damage types. Red, which attacks health, white, which decreases sanity, black, which decreases both, and pale, which decreases health by a percentage based on the target's max health. Agents equipped with ego can also utilize one of these 4 damage types. Furthermore, abnormalities have a set of defenses for these damage types. Some forms of attack may be weak while others could be fatal. You can suppress an abnormality more effectively when your agents attack using damage types and abnormalities weak against. This abnormality deals red damage and is weak to white. How convenient that our agents are all equipped with ego suits which resist red and ego weapons that deal white. The other thing, if an agent is using an ego weapon whose grade is higher than the abnormality's risk level, e.g. Teth is greater than Zayn, they will deal more damage to the abnormality and take less damage as well. In our current situation, the ego's grade and abnormality risk level are the same, so this does not apply. While the suppression UI is on display, you can take note of what ego each agent has been equipped with before sending them into combat. Hovering your mouse over an agent will also allow you to check up on their defenses. Please click on an agent to begin suppressing. Coming face to face with an abnormality, especially when it is on the loose, can be quite shocking and frightening for your employees. Just like when an agent enters a containment unit, they may receive fear damage. If the risk level of the abnormality is high while the agent's level is low, it will cause a heavier strain on their mind and a larger portion of their SP. Okay. It appears that this abnormality is a bit too strong for just one agent to suppress. This is a good time to remind you that if an agent dies, the ego they were assigned will be lost as well. Now let's order the rest of the employees to help suppress. Please select the other 2 agents by clicking and dragging on them with the primary mouse button. Now click on the abnormality with a secondary mouse button to immediately order them to suppress it. Please be aware that you can accidentally deselect the agents. You can pause the flow of time by pressing the icon or by pressing the space bar. You've done well handling this situation. Let's move our employees back to the main room of their department. Please select them all by clicking and dragging, and then use the secondary mouse button. What was that shaking? Ramirez. Mine is weaker than I value. Please take care of them quickly. When an employee's sanity falls to 0, they will panic, and a panicked employee will show different behaviors depending on their highest virtue. If you wish to learn more about this, refer to the Employee Panic section of the Manager's Manual. Click on him. Can be recovered from their panic when their SP is restored completely to 100%. SP can be restored with white or black ego weapons. Conveniently, all our agents are equipped with ego that deal white. Please select all available agents in order to suppress the employee. So wait, we beat up our friends to bring them back. Ramirez don't look too good. That was excellent. Truly well done. If you ever happen to fall into a situation you wish you could redo, such as turning back time to avoid the death of an agent, you can do so by hitting escape and clicking rewind to the memory repository button, or by clicking retry. When you choose memory repository, you'll go back to the most recent imprinted day. Retry, on the other hand, will restart back at the current day's deployment. Let's call all our agents back to the main room. You can of course do this by selecting them all and manually moving them with a secondary mouse button. There's an even easier manner. Next to the regenerator gauge of each department is a recall button. You can use this button to summon all your agents back to their home department. You okay? This concludes basic manager training and education. If any questions or concerns happen to cross your mind, you can always refer to the manual. There will be tooltips that appear if you mouse over various interfaces and wait a moment. I wish you luck and lasting health at Lobotomy Corporation. Okay, now that we've done the tutorial, let's do day 1. Let's see how this goes. First day. Yes. Initializing system. Separate control. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. 00303. Hello, X. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace, so please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. I honestly quite like my name. How do you feel about yours? I was born from one of the wings of the world. It signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Ah, I know what you must be thinking. Your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI. Am I wrong? However, there is a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the systems of this corporation, open a door, or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of the morning sky after a light shower. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Lastly, my face is picturesque of the person who had the most beautiful smile. Don't worry, that was a joke. There can be no such person on this earth. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. If the way I look is pleasing to your eye, then I am working as intended. Moving on. Artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to humans in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I'm able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. I'm certain many people have lost their jobs because of me. It's such a shame. Well, enough with introductions. Is there anything that you would like to know? I want to know more about the company. And it's not a bad thing to ask about. Let me put it this way. Your world is constantly growing, and the demand for energy is exponentially increasing as technologies advance. All conventional energy sources combined could not sustain the world further. In search of a solution, we happened to stumble upon mysterious beings whom we dubbed abnormalities. Then, we figured out that energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method, to isolate them in a controlled environment and then to harvest energy from them. Our corporation became one of the wings of the world for this discovery that benefits humanity in two ways. Once you are fully placed in the role as manager, you'll be able to access all current information on the abnormalities from the encyclopedia. It is very important that you know and understand these beings well to be successful in your position. For now, the encyclopedia's pages lay blank, but it will be filled out little by little. Don't concern yourself too much with it. It is the task of your subordinates to pen it. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. She's sitting in my chair. Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting processes. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have been improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Oh, pardon my manners, manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. I should introduce her to you. Our facility is a huge one, and even I would have trouble managing it on my own. So someone determined that there should be an AI to assume head control over each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, they would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now? Okay. You can hear rushed footsteps from behind. Manager, manager! I arrived just on time, right? The time is only about 1 minute late. Well, I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, manager. I do not want to disturb this touching moment, Malkuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corp. Please make your introduction as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. But hey, at least the others separate are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe. Not all of them. Well, where are my manners? My name is Malkuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functions of this facility, manager. I'm sure you're a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be sure to help you. I am, not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem separa, you know? I would sew buttons onto a shirt in the wrong direction or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you could do it, just like I managed to. I'm sure you will succeed, manager. I'll give you an easy task since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, there's like a knocking. I can't take it anymore, manager. You're in there, right? I have to get out of here, please. I know you're capable of it. You're the manager. You're not the same as the rest of us. You could do anything. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working here in the control team? Every day here is a delight for me. It's so horrible. I can't take it anymore. I'll go insane. Nothing here is normal. Do you really think you can't handle it? Please. I don't want to be here. Let me out of here, please. Manager, even though you're the head of this facility, that employee belongs to my department. So I believe I could take care of this. Let me handle this, please. Okay. Thanks for acknowledging my position. Please don't be alarmed. These kinds of things happen quite often. Oh, right. It must be the first time you've seen something like this. Usually, Miss Angela or I handle this kind of stuff. It's just a tiny hiccup. Nothing for you to worry about. No, please, manager, please. Manager, please make sure to remember that your primary goal is harvesting energy from abnormalities. In order to harvest energy, you need to work on them. It's the most basic yet important task we have here at the corporation. Please don't let me down. I know you can do it. Complete 3 work processes for the abnormality. Okay. ASEA. Control team. Hello, manager. Each day you'll need to expand 1 department. Are you ready to open up the control department and begin managing abnormalities? Confirm. Vertically synchronizing terminal, command authority, queue deterrence, synchronization complete. Memory repository imprinted. Mason. Fire. Basil. Higher. Higher. How? Cool. And we have one unknown abnormality. Do we have a silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil? Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats 2 meters above the ground. Okay, let's begin the day. Let's pause it. Mason, buddy, guess what? You're gonna be the first one to go in. ETA 0, ETA 1. So we're gonna do powering self. Can see straight through you. That's creepy. Menacingly click its teeth, but it's nothing to worry about. Witnesses the solemnity and reveres it. Okay. So this might not be the most efficient way. Yeah, it's definitely instinct is not the most efficient way. Ooh, to do that. Okay, definitely not good. Was not happy. But let's unlock. Oh crap, not enough. Ah, 7 really? 1 short. Okay. Mason just did that, so let's do insight with Basil. Honest newbie Basil. 1 day is in the control team. So it tells me how many days they've been employed. Why is everyone telling me to be careful? They can't be dangerous, can they? Yeah. I'm assuming the floating skull with a crown of thorns. I can see it, but okay, I guess it doesn't. Oh, it really doesn't like insight. Oh no, can I cancel? Oh no. Oh, it doesn't like insight. Oh, I don't think it likes insight. Oh no. Oh no. You cannot settle for merely half the energy. You must be you do my full amount, not just half. I know, I know, I know. Need basic. One sit in hundreds of good deeds. Okay, bad is 0 to 3. While its appearance is bizarre, it's rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. Okay, good, good. I need this other stuff now. Okay, so it didn't like that. Let's send how to do attachment. Attachment is probably good, right? 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 Anyway. Let's try attachment. Let's see if attachment does good. Maybe best to send an honest employee to. What's generally there? Honest employee. How do I know when they're honest? Attentive. Timid. Oh, honest. Oh, they have prefixes. Okay. I should definitely keep sending Basil here. But it seems, yeah. For people, we have succeeded in collecting the full amount. You can finally take a break. No, 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 no. Not good enough. We need to know more. One sit in hundreds of good deeds will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. Miho, who received this benediction, commented that it felt refreshing. After the maximum number of P boxes was produced with one sit in hundreds of good deeds, it restored the mental health of every employee. Oh, in the department. Oh. Okay. Let's try looking at attachment. High. Okay. Let's keep. So select work. Let's do instinct again, but Basil should go. Honest newbie Basil. It cannot escape. Oh, really? It has a Q counter X'd out. Does that mean it can't escape? He's terrified of entering the containment unit. Why were you terrified of that? Oh no. Basil, you okay? Basil? You call him Basil? Ooh, 60. No, 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 no. Oh no, this wasn't good. This wasn't good. Ooh. Well, it can't escape, right? Okay. Yeah, so, oh, it likes attachment work, right? Yeah, it likes attachment. No instinct. Okay. No, it's okay. I can do this. Attachment. Basil. Basil, you can do this. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, I'm about to have max observation. You just need 7 boxes at the very least. Okay. Okay. Perfect. It liked that. It really liked that. It does not escape. Cool. So I think 15, 10. Uh, but I should really have um select work, attachment, Basil. It likes honest people. Important. So because it has work speed 5, it doesn't escape. So even if I trigger hazards, it's not going to do anything bad. This is time consuming, but I gotta have good equipment. Cool. Let's send let's send multiple people to do this to kind of train up their capabilities. So if I get a 9 on this one, yikes. Happy. Yeah, timid. I want to make sure everybody kind of gets a bonus from this. Wish I could speed everything up. Let's spawn it all. Okay, good, good, good. 17. Let's do one of each for now, and then we'll move on. Workday complete. Okay, everybody got kind of a bonus. Yes, I like it. I like it. I like it. Yes, yes, yes. Next day. Yes. Broad program T2 components and Catalan activity. Day 2. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? However, the curse continues eternally, never broken. Ooh, which one should I do? Let's do this one, because we've got, like, one sin and 100 good deeds. So let's do this. Why not? Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Build the future. The future is inevitable, but ever undecided. One may simply lie atop the sand of the future, or they may shape it with purpose. Lobotomy Corporation is an innovative company. The harvesting technologies we have discovered are such a... Please excuse my lack of vocabulary. It's simply remarkable. These technologies could be the salvation of mankind. With these, we will mold the future, creating brand new paths. There was a bit of a confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Sepra meeting room. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I considered natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role, and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. She kill him? Is that what we mean? That is what we mean when they say someone resigns. Great job, manager. You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went all right. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say that it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes, when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything, some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous, like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I'm no longer myself. How could I describe it? Like something's wriggling inside of me, little by little. Your job isn't just to keep the abnormality control, you need to make sure they're happy so they'll produce as many PE boxes as they can. Work hard on this. Alright. That's going to be it for this episode, and I know it went kind of long, but I did want to do the tutorial and at least day one. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see what happens next time. Bye, everybody.